12-Sided Stories is for mature audiences and often deals with topics that may be difficult for some listeners. Discretion is advised.
Welcome to Episode 8 of Unquiet Blood Hellfire, a game of Vampire 5e. I am your GM, Mac Beauvais, and I have some players with me. Let's start with Saint.
Hello, I am playing Trix Pool, and things are definitely ramping up. Those issues I talked about previously are now a full-blown red alert danger, so we will be figuring that out, probably today.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and I'm playing Blanca Santos, who is keeping one eye on her best frenemy, Trixie.
I am Wes Otis, and I'm playing Simon Vance, who seems to want to play with very dangerous forces in order to make sure that he gets what he wants.
Hello, I am Pooja, and I am playing Malice, who is currently leveraging the power of the performer Gossip Mill to get information to just the right ears.
Before we start, please consider supporting the show through Patreon or on Ko-fi, spelled Ko-fi. Now, on with the show.
Oh, so last time we started out with a lovely visit from Julia Pool to Trix Pool, her creepy mother vampire, mompire, and it was not a very welcomed thing at all. I can't imagine why. There was a lot of discussion about how to start digging up some dirt on Dahlia Rosier without being too suspicious about it. So Simon reached out to his black market contact and was able to receive another contact in exchange for a favor sometime down the road of Susan, who is former Inquisition and is working sort of as a private eye right now. So we're going to pick back up after Simon has had his conversation with Susan, and she's been sent off to go ahead and start doing some dirt digging. Are you all going to meet back up at the club or elsewhere, or not at all? Because I believe Blanca's already at the club because she had a bit of a snack.
And I am at the club because that's where I met Maud.
Yes, that's right. You are at the club as well.
So I would like to search out Blanca.
Okay.
I'm also at the club by now. Yes.
Yeah, me as well.
Okay. Go for it, Pooja.
Did you do something different with your face? You're looking quite energetic this evening.
Well, I do whatever I can to keep myself on my toes.
Appearances are so very important.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I had a bit of an interesting conversation with Maud. Apparently Niven is still desperately clutching at whoever he can get.
Oh, he's one of those.
And she was very disappointed to find out that, people have such grand aspirations and then in the end they just come down to that they can't handle being rejected by lovers. It's sad, really.
It's really sad. I mean, especially when you live as long as we do. I mean, you've got to be able to let go, really, because it's just pathetic.
Exactly. And really, I mean, I don't know about all this letting go business, but really it's so gosh to just have it be so obvious. Have you been up to anything interesting?
Nothing terribly interesting. Just got here and, wondering what our next steps are. We have to talk to the rest of the Scooby Gang and figure it out.
I always did want that Scrappy dude to get torn apart like the annoyance that he was.
Oh, Scrappy was awful. I couldn't deal with him. Very glad when they went back to just the regular thing.
Though I am interested to see what happens with Trix's mother. That she seemed quite formidable.
She does, and I think we need to keep a very close eye on the situation because, I don't know. I mean, I think Trixie's going to do the right thing, but I don't trust her mother at all. At all.
Ugh, not even a little.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of what will Trixie do, it's will she be successful? Because this woman seems like she could take us all down very easily and not even think twice about it.
Yes. So I guess the question is, will Trix do the right thing for her or for the club? The self-preservation is strong in all of us, or we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I couldn't blame her for that, but like I said, that's why we need to keep a close eye on the situation and maybe hunt for a weakness that we can exploit.
Everyone has one. Apparently Nivens is his heart. Our glorious leaders is corporate bureaucracy.
Yes, he's afraid of his boss.
And Julie must have one. Perhaps Trix will know.
Well, let's find out.
Stuart, if you're listening, could you just ask Trix to come in for a moment, please?
Not your errand, boy.
Just this once.
No response.
I would be nowhere else but the same office anyway, so it's just like...
And Stuart just kind of looks over at Trix and just rolls his eyes.
It's like, yikes. I'm trying not to be like super insulting for no reason, but also clever. Okay, my wits are not on right now, but yeah, okay.
Roll wits.
Roll wits for witty retort.
Roll wits and caffeine.
Yes. Oy, oy. Definitely distracted by my, encounter with Julia anyway. So anyway, I have already told Stuart this, so he should be in the know. She visited me. And I'm going to actually go down and try to see if I can catch Simon too. It's like, let's meet up.
I am probably doing my toady responsibilities, going on Instagram and everywhere else and posting, and then bringing donuts and shit to people that are, blood-filled donuts. I have no idea. They're really hard to make and kind of gross, but, we do what we have to do. And I deliver those. And so I'll meet up with you during my rounds. Trix, how are things this evening?
Oh, yeah. It could be bad. I'm looking. Do you have an extra one of those donuts?
Sure. Sprinkles or not?
All right. I don't know. Oh, no sprinkles.
All right, here you go.
I don't know if they're big enough to maybe ease my hunger a little bit.
I know that'd be up to...
Or is it just a snack? Yeah.
The immortal one.
I'm confused. Are these blood donuts?
They're blood donuts, yeah. They're basically they look like donuts, but they're actually really thin plastic filled with blood. So they're like little blood bags.
Congealed blood.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. So yes, this may happen. Okay. And I am okay with it easing. Not necessarily a full hunger, because it is a snack and you eat donuts and you're never full after that. So you can get a half off of a hunger point.
It's something.
Yeah. It takes the edge off.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. I pictured something so much more gross. So that's why I was making all those faces. But that's much
I mean,
better.
It's pretty gross in general because you have to wonder what the sprinkles are.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Shredded liver.
Yo, I just made liver this weekend. That doesn't gross me out.
There you go.
I love liver, actually.
Yeah, so there you go.
Can be tasty, but not the way most people make it.
That's the problem. It has to be cooked right. Anyway.
Okay.
Soak it in milk. Anyway, yes. So, yes, food, done. And I said bad. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the badness?
Well, let me give you the lowdown once we are all together. And if Malice and Blanca are still in the same spot, I'd like to approach them with Simon and say, hey, we should absolutely do a team meeting, just us. And I want to do it in the truth room, all of us in there. Would you be interested in that?
I mean, out of character, no.
Game question, would it have any effect on me since I'm the one who cast it?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say since you did cast it, you've got an immunity to it.
Would we know?
Because I think we did something like that before with you, that you had, since you cast it, it was not affecting you.
Yeah, and then if I invite someone in, it doesn't affect them.
Exactly.
Oh, and I was there when you cast it, so that would occur to me then. So let's scratch that. Just because I just want to be like, oh, we can have like a whole coming to team moment if we're all on the same level playing. Thinking maybe narratively, I don't know, but no, that's not going to work. Okay.
We'll just have to trust each other.
I guess.
Which
Ew.
you.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go into the secured meeting room, and
We're not being recorded, correct?
exactly
Good.
secured.
All right.
Now we don't want any of this on the books.
No. So you called us here. What? You're having a bad situation. What's up?
All right. Well, we know about Julia, correct? Well, at this point, she has made it clear that she's not going to leave me alone. And instead of this being some sort of bullshit, telenovela situation, it's more like she's working for somebody else that she respects enough to stick with. And they've got something so big planned that she thought she should warn me ahead of time. Now, obviously, we're all manipulative creatures, so we're going to have to analyze that statement and analyze if this is more mind games and she's taking advantage of the situation, as she always does, or maybe Niven is doing something a little beyond connecting with Dahlia. That's the summary.
I would say you are a weak point in their eyes insofar that whether your loyalties are 100% or not, they can use your connection to your sire as a piece of leverage against you and the club. That's the most dangerous thing that they have right now, unfortunately. I found out more about Dahlia. She's an ex of Niven. I don't know much about the courtship situation, but I feel like that's a lever that we might be able to use depending on how jilted of a lover she is or how much he wants to hurt her, play the two off of each other. But I've been told that there's a lot of bad blood there.
What is something we could use against Julia?
Her own pride, much like a serial killer, has the only thing that's been her downfall in the past. I don't know why she even is showing her face. That in itself means I'm more prepared for what's coming than she thinks. She doesn't know that she has shown her hand more than she's realized. And if she's distracted with me, perhaps that will give someone else an in certain situations. Hickorywood, in particular, always gave her a bit of a, I guess, vampiric allergy reaction, just being in the same room as certain items that are unvarnished. It was something silly, and I can't remember the last time it happened. I was still human, but it made her break out in these spike-like hives. Nothing else happened, but my God, is she vain. I don't remember how long it affected her. Probably more like a poison ivy incident rather than anything that would make her weak, but the mind games that are possible are quite interesting. She also is a cleaver, so there might be a poor human tucked away somewhere, chained up somewhere, that might need rescuing, and that would also put a dent in her plans. I want to be more brazen, but the more brazen you get, the luckier she gets.
Malice,
Yes.
you're good at the social maneuvering. Do you think there's anything we can do with this Dahlia information that might be helpful?
I believe so. I mean, people don't like to know that their grand schemes all just come down to personal vendettas.
Do you think we should contact her? Or you, not me?
Well, I mean, seeing how we found the information, I'm sure that Dahlia knows, if nothing else, that this would explain why Rafi is so upset.
True. Okay.
Running straight to mommy doesn't appeal. I'll put it that way.
Makes sense.
It would be quite the coup if the four of us could take care of the problem and present a fait accompli. I don't know how if that's how you actually say those words together. I've only ever said them written or seen. You know what I mean. Dear Lord.
It sounded fancy. I like it.
Okay.
You said it with confidence, so.
And like any of us can fault you for being tongue-tied at any point.
But that does require us finding out what this master plan that Niven has is, what it entails, and being able to thwart it with extreme prejudice, I suppose, is how the kids are saying it nowadays.
Well, in that vein, I used my contacts to find a skilled investigator to dig up as much dirt as I can on Nevin and the crew over there. It's going to cost a lot of money. I need to come up with 20 grand. So if there's a way any of you could see fit to help, I'd appreciate it. My funds can cover about half that amount.
I can give you a quarter, aka $5,000.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I'm sure I could assist you with this favor, at least in part.
Well, it benefits us all, and she's very good at her job, so...
Yes, I'm sure you think so.
I don't engage with anybody that's not good with their job. You should know that, Malice.
The door to the conference room swings open, and Josiah comes scuttling in.
Oh, sir, how are you?
I'm glad you're all here. It's really helpful that I don't have to track you down individually. I was sent by Rafi to discuss with you a slight change of plans with regard to the club opening.
Well, we are here to serve.
Good. I know that you're all aware that we're going to be opening relatively soon to the full public, but he wants to do something called a soft opening, where we kind of get the word out there for the early birds that might be interested in the club and just make sure that everything is shipshape, as it were. The only thing is, he wants it to happen in 2 nights from now.
I see.
Great. Wonderful.
Is this in response to the Crypt Club, I'm guessing?
There's information that I am privy to as a part of my station here, but that is on a need-to-know basis. And he kind of puffs himself out a little bit, straightens up and looks kind of down his nose like he's, tough shit.
Well, I mean, Malice is our director of entertainment. Is 2 days going to be okay for a soft opening?
As long as the accommodations that I've already discussed and agreed to are provided for our performers, they stay ready.
Yes, of course. All of the contracts have been approved, and we'll be honoring those, and there'll be a slight bonus for the inconvenience of moving updates.
What about extra security now that we know that there's a possible club with bad intentions just down the streets?
Well, I do believe that's Trix's department to oversee and handle and make sure that we're ready to go at the requested date.
So he wants us to hire more people for security then?
Oh, it's a request. Oh.
Well, he wants to make sure that if we need to, that happens.
Okay.
We need a full assessment of the security situation.
And I'm sorry, Blanca, I forgot what you even do at the club.
New enemy unlocked.
And that's how Simon died.
I go, oh, Simon, you're so cute.
And I say, Simon, you know much better than anyone else what she's been doing for us. Just gonna wink, wink. Truth room.
Truth room. Speaking of which, are we going to be shoving people through the truth room? Just is that a thing? We're going to be
it's only for people that are highly suspicious, and we just, it's to make sure.
It's our vampire Disney jail.
Exactly. But I can think of some sort of ward that we can put on the place that, sort of maybe looks at their intentions a little bit. I mean, there's no vampire with good intentions, I'll tell you that, but ones who might be hostile to us.
Right, like some sort of like aura scanner, maybe?
Something like that.
Something like
yeah.
that.
I'll have to hit the books and figure that out.
All right. Yeah, that means we need to get to work quickly on a lot of different fronts then, sir. We appreciate you coming down. Is there anything else?
No, that's it. And he looks a little jittery when he says that's it, but doesn't elaborate.
Okay. Let him leave, scurry away then if he's done talking.
Yep. He's gonna just kind of nod and, another rah, there's no I in team kind of thing, and excuses himself from the room.
Well, that seems a little desperate to do a soft opening so quickly, like trying to be the first to the punch before Crypt Club can open.
Yeah, especially since we know that there is a slight delay since the liquor license was revoked. So I wonder if this is a bit of petty energy on Rafi's part.
I think he's scared.
I think so too.
Probably more of his bosses than... I'd kind of like to know who his bosses are, to be honest.
Well, I think he's also scared of whatever happened in San Diego.
True.
Which, I should mention, somehow Julia did not know about San Diego. And I can tell when the walls are up about something super important, but she just, absolutely no shit given about any of that. And that's not like her. She's involved. So another level of confusion? Thanks, Mom.
Well, at least it tells us that Crypt Club wasn't involved with that.
Hopefully, at least not at her level.
It does worry me a bit about whoever was involved because it was a big play.
Yeah.
What do we do next?
I want to see if I can use my extended computer tech abilities, we'll say, to dig up some information. However, I'm going to do it from the base here. I can't ask any of my former clan members to risk themselves right now. I think staying put and staying out of sight while being aware and being watched might be the best play right now, and I can help you with information, digital information.
What are you hoping to dig up?
I am hoping to see if there is a way to actually get, if someone is careless enough to have like open Wi-Fi at the Crypt Club, because they're not very
tech savvy.
Yeah, it's weird. It seems like Julia's only in charge of something specific to me. I could learn my lesson. Yeah, I would like to see if like literally I can just hop onto one of their networks via phishing, like actually getting into somebody's like personal account just by, easy shit, basic shit, send like an email like, hey, reset your password. Because so many people fall for that. So anyway, that. And then I definitely want to scan their networks remotely if I can.
Okay.
These are big roles, I know.
These are going to be some big roles for sure.
Big roles. Yeah. So those are the two main things. See if I can just straight up get into someone's account on their security team, not looking to get into hers, and then seeing if I actually can get into their networks while they're active right now. During the day, night.
Okay.
If that...
I'm just thinking, I understand the request. I'm trying to think of like what you're going to need to be able to do that. Because if you don't have like an email account to send a password reset to, and the annoying thing is I'm not a player and I'm a GM, I super have an idea, but I can't tell you all.
Well, I wonder if there is a basic... Like, do they have a public facing? They have a Twitter, right?
Yeah, they would have had to have signed up their Twitter with an email address. Do you want to try and get into that?
Yeah. Yes. And here's what I want to do. And this could still be a roll, but it might make it a little spicy. There's been so many data leaks in real life that many hackers go to these like repositories of emails. Emails that have been matched with IPs, passwords, previous aliases, your address, all those things, and they just like keep filling these things, and it might be wrong information or old information, but I want to see if I can find this email on one of those lists as like, you've been involved in a breach, and because you're vampires, you were like, what? No one's here. But if that is too wacky, exit, do whatever makes sense.
Processing.
No, it's good. It's an interesting ask, though. Okay, I will offer you a couple of options. So their security is not actually too bad web-wise because they also don't have a very large footprint of tech to dig into anyway. You can try and dig up an email that goes direct to a contact, or I will offer that they have a general email that's on their coming soon website that's just info@cryptclub.com.
Okay.
So you can try something through sort of a general email that may or may not do much, or you can try and dig in deeper, and we'll do a roll about it and see if you can find something more targeted.
Okay. I think my instinct would be to find something more targeted based off the fact that I know that their server is cryptclub.com for their emails. Like then I can kind of see if there's, what about Niven.com, or, no, not .com. Niven at cryptclub.com. That'd be hilarious, but no. Yeah, something like that, or it might be just security. Okay, so I'll stop.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to give you info, but I'm also trying to figure out the best way to do that. The other thing that I will offer as a GM gift is that you guys do have one contact that I don't know that if anybody's remembered about it, that you could tap, that might potentially be an avenue. You still have Jerry George Esquire, who's the lawyer for Old Bloods.
You know, it's funny. In my notes, I have Old Bloods, but not his name. Oh, I do. Right underneath it.
I have
Holy
forgotten
shit.
about 1-800 call Jerry.
Yeah, this is not the end all be all of getting information, but I did want to remind you all that also is an avenue that exists, because I'm not sure anybody remembered it.
There's a lot of avenues.
Wrote down, like JJ.
Yeah, there was a lot of contacts and a lot of things going on. So a gift from me to you. Don't expect any more.
Okay. Well.
So you can proceed however you want. I just wanted to give you a few avenue options, and you can go any which way you would like.
Let me direct my hacking shit to Jerry Esquire, because with a name like that, there's gotta be someone who's gonna be like, oh, I need to reset my email.
Well, his email is public too, as is all of his contact information.
Right. I'm gonna, because I don't want to just cold call him. I'll save that for someone else.
Yeah, like I said, just mentioning it, you can go any way you want with it.
Yes, I'm gonna try to attack that public email there, see if I can dig through his mails and see if there is some vampire clues. Okay, let's do a roll about it. If you're going to try and get into... Are you emailing him, or are you going to try and hack into his emails remotely? Which way are you going about this? Let me see if I can do a kind of manipulative phishing route, so I don't even have to, like, do the girl in the van thing.
You have to do a Michelle?
Yeah.
People are the best.
The van people are great. I just don't have one this time, damn. I'm going to try to do the phishing email.
Okay, so you're going to do a phishing email.
Yes.
Let's do... I'm going to give you a weird roll combination.
Okay.
Let's do manipulation and technology.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
Difficulty is going to be 7s, and I want 2 successes, please.
All right. I'm scared, but okay.
I believe in you.
All right. All right, okay. Here we go. 2 successes above 7, please. Okay, I got 1 7. I got 2 7s and an 8.
Oh, awesome. So you are able to send off an email from, I'm assuming you put together like an IT looking email address, and you send it off to our friend Jerry George, and it takes a hot second. You're not going to hear back like immediately. So if there's anything anybody else wants to do, now is the time. If not, you can wait for a response.
I want to do some research. I want to hit the books, meaning like the ancient lore type books that I probably have at the club, or, you know, because that's what I do, to see if there is any sort of ward we could put on the place, like almost, I don't know, like our enemy's alarm or something, you know, something that would alert us that an enemy is coming in, you know, because I don't want just bad intentions, because that, like I said, that's most vampires.
That's like everybody.
It's all of us.
Yeah.
So something like vampires who specifically want to do harm to the club or to the people who run the club.
Okay. It's very specific. We're going to have to do a roll about it.
Yeah.
Let's do intelligence and occult.
If I make it too general, it's going to be
No, I totally
chaos.
get it. I'm just thinking how difficult this roll is. I'm going to keep it at 6s because you're going through everything. I am looking for 3 successes, though. Just because it's so targeted.
I got 2 successes, 2 8s. Boo.
You think you found a ward that might work, but it's very vague. The instructions are very vague. And the way that you set it has got to be much like making wishes with a genie, where it's like you have to have all of your ducks in a row so you don't get completely fucked by it.
Yeah.
But you're pretty sure you found something that'll work. But it's a gamble.
Okay.
Is it Trixie? I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in.
I guess I can start like experimenting with it
Okay.
before I actually go casting it, you know, and then maybe do another roll about casting it later. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to be experimenting with it.
All right. So you're going to spend some time doing that. Since you're allocating time to that, I will factor that into the roll for actually casting it.
Oakley dokley.
And Trix, your email pings back, and it is from Jerry George, and he writes back and sends you a password to change everything to.
Oh my god. He didn't even have more than one.
Don't do this.
Oh my gosh.
Which, because this shit actually happens.
It does
and
all
also
the time.
have more than one password, you know? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm taking full advantage. And so I'm gonna assume that like he gave me one password for I was like, hey, reset your Amazon account, you know, something.
Yeah, or you were like, please verify, you know, your previous password and send, you know, the updated password.
Awesome. And so then I'm going to try his bank account. I'm going to see if his old password gets me actually in his current email, because he probably didn't think to change his literal email password.
Oh, see, I thought what you were asking, I thought your phishing was that you were doing it from IT and that you needed to update his password in the system. Like, he knows how to do that. He doesn't know that.
Right. Well,
so you got the login details to change his password and log into his email directly.
yes. So I was thinking, and when you said IT, I was like, oh yeah, IT from Amazon, or like the fake company.
Oh,
IT.
I thought you were doing it like IT within your own within his own company, like you took the suffix and then just put like a extra dot in it or something, so that it looks like it's actual IT and it's not. That's what I assumed.
It's like two versions of the same thing, basically. Just, yeah, I was thinking I'll use commercial enterprise.
Either way, you have access to his email now.
All right, got it. Yeah, well, something hacky type. So
Yes.
Now I'm in there, and I'm gonna look at all his contacts. And I got too into the role play of hacking. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.
I follow a lot of accounts that make me feel like I know what I'm talking about. But alas, this is where we are. I'm going to see if I can get into what's his bank website and see if I can just find his password in his email.
Yeah, you can search for pretty much anything.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to go Scorched Earth, and I'm actually going to download the emails if I can be so bold. so I can look through them at leisure.
Sure, why not?
So yeah, copied as much as I could from his inbox. Yes, I'm going to say thank you very much, Jerry Jones, and sign out from my server. And then I guess if I still have time to do things, I am going to go over these emails with Stuart and see if I can discern any new contacts names that might be Crypt Club affiliated or Dahlia affiliate, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to see if there's anything there that might lead to my mom or perhaps some other info about that through line of what's going on.
Gotcha. That's going to take you some time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're working through that. We've got Blanca working on her spell. What is Malice up to right now while everybody is busy with their machinations?
So we know that Niven is both targeting Hellfire specifically, but he's also casting rather a wide net for talent. Blah, 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 blah. He wants to prove that his clubs could be better. Blah, 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 blah. But he's probably also, since we know that he has tried to get Maud to switch over, and he did ask me to target Rafi, that it's possible that he has gone in and, planted a little mole amongst the people at the club. So I would like to make use of Blanca's truth room on my performers.
Okay.
Not Maud, because that woman is old and would know. Also, I wouldn't say that I trust Maud so much as I don't believe that Maud would be trying to assassinate Rafi.
Sure.
That seems out of her purview. Whereas some of these new bloods might be a little more open to other forms of employment.
Gotcha. So are you calling everybody in for like an early rehearsal, soft opening prep thing, or?
Mm-hmm. Especially because the soft opening gives us a perfect excuse to do it. It's like, okay, we want to run through the routines and think of this as a tech rehearsal before the soft open.
Okay.
Everything must be perfect.
So are you having people come in through the truth room to have a discussion with you? Because I believe it was cast in the room, but not like in the doorway, because I don't remember though.
I think we cast it in the doorway so that as soon as they walked through the doorway.
Okay.
So it's just like a separate doorway that people go through? Because we don't want everyone to go through it.
Well, it's in that room specifically. So you walk into that room, boom, you have to tell the truth unless you've been invited in by Blanca.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll stage that as a temporary green room and say that they are making some upgrades and improvements to our full green room and also have some upgrades made to our full green room. I've been meaning to have them done anyway.
Bringing people in individually?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. So you're bringing people in the truth room. I'm guessing you've coordinated with Blanca then about getting in there and not being subject to the spell yourself?
Yes. Yes, we all have...
Is that correct, Blanca?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because, I want to know how much fun I can have. All right.
Becomes like liar, liar.
Huh.
You bring people in and you're not really getting a ton of information, but Joelle shows back up. The one singer, wait, you didn't kill Joelle, right? I think we let her go.
I did not kill Joelle. I just fed from her.
That's what it was. Okay, I'm like, you did something with Joelle. But I believe you did hire Joelle. That's what's in my notes anyway.
I did.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I had my notes right. Anyway.
It was just a casting couch situation, except with blood.
Right. Joelle shows up for her time slot with you and walks into the room. What are you asking people as they're coming in?
Start off with the normal stuff, easy, like, well, here's the soft open business. What else can we do for you? Get them to like let down their guard a little bit. And then, just, oh, you would not believe what I'm hearing from the Crypt Club, blah, blah, blah. I have so many, all the gossip, all the information, and just place little bits of, juicy gossip.
Well, let's play through that a little.
Okay, so, especially now that we have the soft open, I've been hearing so much about the Crypt Club, especially because some of my dear friends are over there now.
Yeah, the Crypt Club. Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, you have, I'm sure. And do you know anyone over there? I'm sure with all of your talent they called you in.
Yes, of course. And she looks confused as to why she just said that.
I would almost be insulted if they hadn't. But of course, a small amount of stage fright can be completely overlooked for the right price, can't it?
Well, I mean, I'm a moderate singer at best. And she, claps her hands to her face.
Modesty is so unappealing, darling. But I'm sure that, everyone makes great promises in return for, maybe some other duties that you could perform for them.
Yeah. There was a discussion, but you don't want to hear about that.
Oh, but you can be sure that I do. Why don't you tell me all about it, darling?
They're very unhappy at you getting so much key talent.
Of course they are. Competition, showbiz world, it's so cutthroat. But speaking of cutting throats, what did they ask from you in return for, a better line?
I think I should go.
I don't think so.
You want to do something about it so she doesn't leave and has to keep telling you the truth? Because it makes her tell the truth, but it doesn't make her stay.
Yes, but I will, make the signal to Blanca to block the door so she can't get out.
Hold Blanca block.
Someone's going to have to physically do something about her leaving. She's already said a lot. Does somebody want to do a roll about it? Either it needs to be a physical block or it's going to have to be a hell of a manipulation roll to really make her think it's to her benefit to stay.
Yeah, I'm more of a manipulator than a brawler.
Well, then let's try this. If Blanca steps into the door to kind of make her pause for a second, and I say, Joelle, it's obvious that you know exactly where your actual talents lay, but it is very, very bad for not only your career, but for your continued second life to try to play both sides when you're so bad at it. Let me help you.
Let's do a manipulation and persuasion roll. Difficulty is going to be 7s, and I would like 2 successes because she's pretty freaked out.
We're going to roll all these dice where it's not going to be a massive issue. Okay. And I got a 9, an 8, and a 7.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
It's almost rummy, but not quite.
Look, I'll tell you anything you want, but I want to know I'll be protected.
Once you're with the Hellfire Club, we protect our own. That's why you're here. I don't want anything bad to happen to any of my performers.
They knew I was going to come here. I told them that I had to come back for a soft run through it, and they told me that I could be one of the headliners at their club if I killed your ghoul.
Thank you so much for telling me. And also, just as a future issue, thing to know, that if a promise seems too good to be true, it most definitely is.
Can I go now?
For now. Do you know of anyone else who, just as she turns away, do you know of anyone else who they asked to target Tomas?
I don't. Everything was handled very individually.
All right. Well, thank you for being so honest with me, darling.
Yeah, it just seems to be springing out of me today.
It's good to clear one's conscience every once in a while.
She's gonna go unless somebody has something further or wants to stop her.
And Joelle, if you feel the need to go back to the Crypt Club, know that I know them over there, and you won't make it back out another time.
She kind of nods and then gets the hell out of there.
As she passes by me, I just kind of go, and audibly for her to hear, I go, headliner.
So awful. I love it.
Oh, I'm a
She's
bitch.
I mean, she said it herself, mediocre at best.
Yep.
I mean, truly, really not that good. Blanca, obviously I would not enjoy losing Tomas. He has been with me for quite a while now. And while I wouldn't say it would be devastating, it would definitely be frustrating to have to install another person in his place.
Well, of course.
And I know Trix has her hands full, but is there anything you could do?
You mean to protect Tomas?
Just, a little ward, a little spell, a little extra security, something. Something in your wheelhouse.
Let me see what I can look up.
Thank you.
So all of this is happening. Simon, you get a text message from Susan.
Okay.
She says, I have an address.
I go, can you send it to me on this secure site, like email? Who is this address for?
Julia Poole. And that's where we're going to end it.
All right. Julia. Dun, dun, dun.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us for, episode 8 of Unquiet Blood Hellfire. I have been and will continue to be your GM, Mac Beauvais. You can find me everywhere online as @StrangeLikeThat, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebooks, TikTok, etc., etc., etc. And let's see where we can find everyone else, starting with Pooja.
Hello, I am Pooja, and you can find me on Twitter @LADaisy That's LADESI Girl. Pretty much all the other socials is Forgotten Saves. And if you want to hear me play more TTRPGs, you can find me on Happy Jacks RPG, either on the Twitch stream or the podcast or the YouTubes, I believe.
Hello, I'm Saint Spider, and you can find me on Twitter for more personality lore. That is at Saint Spider TV, SAINTSPIDER TV.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and you can find me on Twitter @Michulu. That's MICHULHU. You can also find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects if you subscribe to the Plate Mail Games catalog through BattleBards.
Hi, I'm Wes Otis. You can find me at Plate Mail Games on Twitter. You can find the show at 12-Sided Stories. That's the number 12. Then Sided Stories on both Instagram and Twitter. You can also find us on our website, all spelled out, 12sidedstories.com. We also have a Discord. You can come and join us and talk about games and all that good stuff. Let us know how what you like about the shows and stuff. And we also have a Twitch show on Mondays and Tuesdays. Usually check out Twitter to find out when the next date's going to be. Also, if you want to help out the show, go over to Coffee and become a subscribing member. We really appreciate that. That helps us keep the lights on. Or you can give us a shout out on social media or leave a review on your favorite platform. Thank you so much for running, Mac. And we will see you next week for, episode 9 of Unquiet Blood Hellfire. Bye, everybody.
Bye.